Hey girls, it's me. Uh, for the ones of you that follow me, I guess you missed me last month. I didn't have a baby on. I didn't get to make one. I was sick. I ended up. I went into the hospital for emergency surgery, and they removed my gallbladder, and I was in for 6 days. And I left on Saturday evening, and Sunday morning I woke up and I was coughing my head off, and it hurt from my surgery I'd had a couple days ago. So I went back to the hospital and I had COVID and it went into pneumonia. So I was in the hospital for another 5 days going through the COVID treatments. And believe me, they are not fun. I've never been so sick in my life. And it took me a while to recover. But I'm back to work and I'm working on, well, it's supposed to have been last month's baby, but I'm a month behind now. But that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here to talk about scammers. And the there's been I've been getting lots of contact from the girls in my messenger telling me about somebody that's selling my baby doll on Etsy. And they give me the name, I go look. I look at the pictures. The pictures are of a doll that I made 5 years ago. And that doll is owned by somebody that I know. And she posts pictures of her doll on the eye candy page, which is the doll page where all the girls own my baby dolls. And I told her, I said, I'm the one that made this doll. I know you don't have the doll. And right away, it's gone. She takes it off. 2 days later, she's back with a different name. And she uses Diana as her first name. A lot of people know I'm Diana. So they're contacting me wanting their money back when they get scammed. But she has this doll on there. She is Alana. And she's selling her for $149. One time she had her for $98. And, uh, girls that are new, they're wanting a silicone baby doll, but they have no idea how much they cost if they've never contacted, a sculptor. So that they don't realize that the dolls would sell for thousands of dollars and not 149 or 98. So once they send their money to this person, in the photos it shows the birth certificate and the COA that come from me. They're contacting me wanting me to pay them their money back, and it's not me that's selling the doll. There was at one time they had one girl, she had a listing on eBay and another site at the same time, the exact same listings. The other site is gone now. I don't. It's not even around. It's been closed down. But on the eBay, she had one of my dolls, one of Claire Taylor dolls, and one of Romy Stridham dolls. And this was back over a year ago. Said that her husband, her and her husband had both lost their jobs, and that she was having to sacrifice her collection so that they could have money to live on, which was feasible. And she was selling them for $500 a piece. She had the photos that she had of my doll, she had stolen from my doll page, and they had my watermark at the bottom. And I contacted eBay, and right away they took them off because the photos are copyrighted. So immediately they took that site down. Within a couple of weeks, the first time she was from California. Within a couple of weeks, she was back on with the exact same listing, same wording, but she was from Indiana. And I couldn't figure out how she did that, because when you sign up with eBay, you have to have a PayPal account that is connected with your eBay page. So I don't know how she worked around that, but she did. But I contacted them again, got her shut down, and danged if she didn't come back on. It was with a man's name the next time, and she was from Georgia. So I don't know. These people figure out ways to get around everything. It's sad. Um, when you're looking for a baby doll, on eBay, there are some cute babies at good prices by legitimate sellers. And just look at the feedback. The girl that had our listing from me and Claire and Romy had zero feedback. If you see zero feedback, just move on. Go look at something else. More than likely, it's a scam. Even if they have feedback, don't take it at face value. Look at that feedback and see that it's baby dolls that they were selling, not nuts and bolts and screws. eBay always, people always leave feedback for whatever they buy. So if they don't have any feedback for selling dolls, don't buy a doll from them. I had a man contact me. In fact, it was this baby doll. Whenever I made the very first one of her, I posted photos, and within an hour, he contacted me and told me he wanted to buy 2 of my dolls. And would I send him a safety photo? And I told him, I said, well, I don't have 2 of the dolls. I don't make them in bulk. They're handmade, one at a time. I take orders on them. Right now, I have a 2-year wait list. This was at the time. I told him I had a 2-year wait list. He would have to pay a deposit and get on the list, and it would be 2 years. Well, he still insisted I send him a safety photo. And I get a lot of messages on Messenger from young girls that's begging for baby dolls. And so I always go to their profile picture through Messenger for Facebook and look and see if they are a collector, and they're not 12 years old or whatever. And this man, he had a photo of himself holding a baby doll, and there was a halo of a circle of dolls, all heads in with like a starburst around his head behind him. And at first it looked, yeah, he's a collector, But then I read through some of his posts and I looked at his other photos, and there really weren't any photos of any other dolls. Nothing, it was that made him look like he was in the doll community or anything like that. And he only had very few posts, like for a month, 2 weeks. So I didn't send him a safety photo. And I kept thinking about it, and I realized what he had done. He had took my photos from my page and he had forwarded them to someone else to try to sell them the doll, and they asked him for a safety photo. So he turned around and asked me for one. And then if I'd sent it to him, he would have forwarded it to that person. And that person would have said, oh, well, you've got the doll. Here's proof. And they would have paid him $5,000 or however much he was asking for the doll if they'd wanted it. So I'm glad I didn't send it to him. But I just had a feeling that something was off anyway with him. And I told him, I said, I've been making baby dolls since 2004. I have thousands and thousands of followers. And, everybody knows I'm a legitimate seller. I make these baby dolls. And I couldn't understand why he thought he should get a safety photo if he knew, if he looked at my page. Because all of my collectors, all the girls that have my dolls, they're always on the page making comments about their babies that they receive from me. And on YouTube too. So something just didn't sit right with that, and I'm glad I didn't send him the safety photo. But you've got to be careful, super careful. Even, safety photos, just like that incident, that wouldn't have proved anything. So go to, if you're new and you're looking for a baby doll, go to places like Doll Fan and other communities that are within the doll community, and where they do have a place on there for the girls to post if they have one of their dolls for sale. And then you can see this person, you can see their name, and you can go in the other groups, another thread, and say, do you know this girl? Is she a real collector? Does she really have this doll? Am I going to be safe to deal with her? Do research. Don't just send somebody money because you're excited about getting a baby and think you're going to get it at a great price. Don't get ripped off. times are too bad right now to just throw your money away. And I know it's easy to get caught up. One of the girls that asked me for her money back, I told her, I said, well, I'm sorry. I said, but I didn't, that wasn't me. I did not sell you at all. And I'm sorry that you got scammed. And I said, you really need to do research. And she jumped on me and she goes, well, you're just not very sympathetic. And I just lost a baby and I was excited. I had a stillborn baby, and I thought that my therapist or somebody told me that this would be a good idea to help me get through it, was to have a lifelike baby doll. And I was excited that I found one that I could afford. And she told me I wasn't a very nice person. I'm sorry. I don't want anybody to get scammed. And I hate that I'm connected with it in any way. My name, my doll, or anything else. But y'all share this. You have most of your followers that you have on your YouTube channels and stuff where you share your babies. A lot of the girls on there follow you. They're really not in the community. They just want to be. So they may not know, how to go about getting a legitimate baby. So I done this to help them. And I try to anyway. Like I said, I'm working on this little girl. I will have her finished. This is only the second Amalia. I did the first Amalia, the prototype, and sold her. And I had so many orders for Secret every month. I've been doing those. So this is just the second time I've got to do the Amalia. And so it's been a while since I'd forgotten what she looked like. So I will have her finished in a couple of weeks and be posting her on YouTube. And I'm happy to be back to work. And I will be seeing you girls on YouTube soon. Bye. Love you. Bye-bye.